Okay, so let's get to the nitty gritty. First thing you want to do, you have your debit card, you have your credit card. We want to go to the app, so we're going to go to the Rakuten app. Let me go to the Rakuten app, and I'm gonna be walking through it on my phone. But you want to pull up the Rakuten app, right? So let's pull it up. And on Rakuten, once you guys have your Rakuten pulled up, you want to look and see. I'm not sure if the camera's going to pull it, but if you have the Rakuten app pulled up, you're going to see several stores listed. So for me, I'm seeing Finish Line, Ulta Beauty, Walmart, Dell Technology, Ace, etc. It's going to be almost any store you can think of, right? So what I see now is Ulta Beauty has 10% cash back. The reason why that is so beautiful is because 10% cash back, every $100 we spend, Rakuten is going to pay us $10. If the credit card you're using, such as your Cash Rewards credit card, pays you to spend, you're now getting more percentages off of that. So this gives me 1.5%. With the Rakuten giving me 10%, that gives me 11.5% cash back for every dollar that's spent. I'm going to use the app again. You want to click whichever one you want. So Ulta Beauty, you see it's activated. I'm going to go on Ulta Beauty, and depending on what your credit limit is, don't go crazy. You don't want to spend over your credit limit, right? You want to just make purchases. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you're purchasing. You want to make purchases. I always say I try to do at least $100 worth of purchases. And when I say $100 worth, I mean if Rakuten is giving me 10%, I need to spend $1,000 to make $100, right? So what I'll do is I'll go through and I'll just look for the most expensive perfume, the most expensive packaging, whatever they have, so I don't have to buy as much. I'm gonna go in here. Let me see. Let's see what they have. Luxury at Ulta. So I'll shop. And a good way to sort. I know a lot of times we typically sort by low to high when we're spending our own money. I'm actually gonna sort by high to low and see what do they offer that is a really high price product, right? Ulta Beauty typically has makeups and things for like $500-$600, like bundle packages, right? So let's say on the site I'm able to find 2 makeup bundles for $550. As long as my credit card can handle an $1,100 purchase, I'll go ahead and make that purchase through Rakuten, get it sent to my house. So I just spent $1,100 on my credit card. Rakuten is going to give me 10% of that, which is $110, and it's going to be loaded into my Rakuten account, right? Okay, KP, I spent the money. What's going on? I got to pay that $1,100 back. I don't have that money. Hold your horses. It's cool. I understand. What's going to happen now is when the Rakuten item arrives, when it arrives to your house, we're going to pack it up and take it back to the store. So I do believe I missed a step, which I apologize. The stores that you select, you want to make sure that you have one in your area because you are going to have to take it back to the store. So for my example, Ulta Beauty, there's an Ulta Beauty within like 20 minutes from my house, so that's why I chose that. Don't choose like a store where it's like a Saks off 5th and there's not one within 2 hours of your house. Choose a store that is within your house, within like 30-40 minutes or a comfortable driving range to your house because you are going to have to return these items. So how it works is we bought it with Rakuten. We waited for it to get to our house. Remember, I spent $1,100. I am now going to take the items back to Ulta Beauty, but this is where it gets tricky. This is where you guys have to really understand why we needed the debit card. When you return items at certain stores, they will ask you to insert your card that you used to purchase it. Y'all with me? So what that means is they will accept the return on any card that you put in, but they need you to put in the card that you purchased it with. So for me, remember, I use my Navy Federal Cash Rewards credit card to make the purchase, but when I go to make the return, I'm going to insert that debit card to whatever bank that I had. Y'all with me? What does that do? I spent $1,100 on my credit card. I got the reward points for the credit card, and I got the reward points through Rakuten. I went to make the return, and I returned $1,100 to my bank account. What I'm going to do now, once the money clears to my bank account, it could take 3 to 5 business days. It typically takes a little time. But I'm going to take the money from my bank account and pay my credit card back in full. No money spent. Y'all with me? So now, the credit card said, hey, you spent $1,100. We're going to give you 1.5% of that to your credit card. Rakuten said, hey, you spent $1,100. with a 10% cashback special, we're gonna give you $110. So I just made 110 plus. I don't have my calculator. Let me see. I just made 110 plus 1100, $16. So I made $126.50 from nothing. All I had to do was wait for the Rakuten stuff to get to my house, do the return, switch it, send it back on debit, pay my credit card back. What that also does is tell my credit card company, hey, I am using this credit card and I'm paying it back in full on time every time. You rinse repeat that process for about 3 to 6 months, and your credit card company should ask you for a credit, or not ask you, but they should give you a credit limit increase, because now what's happening is you are spending credit with them and always paying it back. You're becoming a financial responsible person, because it's like, hey, this person spends $1,500, $2,000 every month with this card, and they're always paying it back in full. We're giving them the cash rewards. They're paying us back. We're giving them the cash rewards. They're paying us back. It's a rinse repeat process. So this credit card can start off with $1,000, and by doing this method over a year, you can increase this to anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000. You know, it also depends on your personal credit score and different things like that. But let's say you are doing it the right way. I've seen cases where people are starting off with $500 Capital One credit cards, and after a full year, that $500 is now $15,000 because they're able to manufacture, spend, and build on that, right? Okay, so let's go back to explaining more in depth of what you guys have to do, because I don't want you guys to just think this was that was it.